It's the grandson of right thought. This message is for the real ones. All my messages are for the real ones, but this one especially, because I want to share something with y'all. We spend a lot of time caring about what people think negatively about us as elect, as empath, sensitive, tender-hearted by nature. Tender means sensitive. It's not a negative thing. This world has told you that it's negative. It's not. But because of this, you are giving a lot of your energy to what people think negatively about you. It bothers you, you know? It has your whole life. Been the black sheep out of all the other sheep that look normal. You're the black one. You're like, damn, well, I'm different. And everybody lets you know you're different too. You see what I'm saying? Because you're not of this world. You're not of this world. But I want to share something with y'all that's going to help y'all with your emotions when that storm wells up on the inside. You care about what people think about you negatively. It affects you. But what about what they think about you positively? This world, that is. When they think of you positively, well, isn't that what you want? Isn't that why you're doing what you're doing? So that people will like you and think positively of you? I mean, isn't that why? But think about this. Do you not realize that once you have allowed that person's opinion of you to matter to you, whether it was positive or negative, that you've made them your judge? That person has become your judge now. You have made them your judge. It's not that they've become your judge, it's that you've made them your judge. Well, if they say that I'm good, then I'll receive that and then I'll believe that I am. You see that? That's wicked and wrong. That's backwards thinking. Remember the master? He said, why do you call me good? The man says, you're good. He says, why you callest thou me good? You see? In other words, how the fuck you know what good is? You got to know that when you're dealing with these people out here in the world. How do you know what good is? When they tell you good, or that you did something that was good, how the fuck you know what good is? You live in a world where they call wicked good and they call good wicked. So if they said if a person of the world called you good, they may be calling you wicked then. But yet you want them to call you good. You won't feel solidified within yourself as good until they tell you you are. Well, you didn't read Genesis? You didn't read the Abiyah said what was good and what wasn't? Now, when he created man, did he say it was good or not? So then why do you have to wait until one of these motherfuckers tell you that you good for you to believe that you are or not? The master already told y'all this. You see? As elect, you can't get out of who you belong to. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all since the beginning. See, a lot of targeted individual channels, they talk about being targeted, but they don't talk about the answer. They don't talk about the family that they belong to. You see that? Why this is the case. They don't really understand or know. They're leaning to worldly things to explain it. Well, this EMF weapon that they used on me, and the elf waves, and the 5G tower did this, and you're giving power to everything else outside of I am when you do that. You see? Y'all don't really understand the grandson. Biblically, the nation of Israel is actually named after the grandson. The grandson is Israel. God's chosen one is his grandson. Y'all didn't know that? It's always been about the grandson. That's why he said it's a mystery. He's called the Son of Man. That is, God's grandson is a son of man. See? Anybody who becomes a son of man is a grandson. You see? And the son of Christ, because he's the son of truth. Once he comes into truth, makes him one with truth, makes him an heir, a joint heir. You see? So when you read the Bible and you look at Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the name of the 12 tribes of Israel to this day are called Israelites. Do you all not understand that? Children of the grandson. Israel is the grandson, guys. You see, one who has power with God, a champion of God. That's the grandson. Read about it. Read about Jacob being converted and changed his name to Israel, and what Israel actually means. And then that rock he called Peniel, which is where he anointed that stone. They got a dome of the rock there to this day. It's on the Temple Mount. But you got to research it and understand what that means. It's the grandson's work to build the temple. See, the body. When you read about the Solomon's temple, Solomon is the grandson. David is the son. Read it in Psalm 89. I keep telling y'all that. Solomon is the grandson. He built the temple. The branch is written about in Scripture. That's the grandson. He's going to come in the end times, and the lion and the lamb are going to lay at each straw together. That's the grandson. The grandson here not doing his work. You see? Sent to the lost sheep. Not sent to the world. The lost sheep are you targeted individuals. That's what y'all call it. This ain't what I call it. I hashtag my videos targeted individuals so that y'all can understand that I'm talking to you. Because you are the lost sheep. That's why you're targeted. Now watch. When a wolf gets hungry, who does he target? Y'all think the Bible ain't a true book? You think it wasn't talking about you? Elect? It's only written to you. It's only written to the called out ones. It ain't written to nobody else. The book is written to you. And he sent to the lost. He was sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, he said. There's so many mysteries that I could talk to you guys about today. That just open your eyes to the simple truths that's in the Scripture when it comes to the grandson and what that means on the earth. Like I said, you guys are all looking for an antichrist on the earth. This is just a side note, but just think about this. Every time a grandson is born, an antichrist comes with him. Now let's see. When Abel was born, Cain came and killed him. When Jacob was born, who was also a grandson, the grandson, Esau was born, who has a perpetual hatred for him and seeks to kill him. Now that's 2 times already that happened with the story of the grandson. Then John, who's another grandson in the Bible, who is the grandson in the New Testament. John, they tried to kill him as well. He's the one who wrote Revelation, correct? He's the revealer. So do you see? So there always comes an antichrist to try to kill when the grandson comes. I've just proven it to you. There comes an enemy to try to steal the birthright. Did Cain not try to steal the birthright from Abel? And did not Esau do it with Jacob? Okay then. So every time there's a grandson born, someone comes to try to usurp. When Solomon became king, there was enmity and strife with who was going to be the king. And David had to establish it. Solomon is my chosen one. That's going to be the next king. So like you see, there's always going to be a beef about that because he's to inherit something. And there's a usurper who doesn't want him to inherit his blessing. Well, that's an antichrist. Well, you guys are looking for the antichrist. That has to mean that a grandson is on the earth, guys. You're doing your homework scripturally. You don't have an antichrist unless you have a Christ on the earth. It's so simple. You have to have an anointed one on the earth to have an anti-anointed one who tries to steal it. Why is he trying to steal something from someone who doesn't have a possession of something on the earth? And what is the Antichrist trying to rule? The entire earth under one world order. So he's trying to steal the anointed one's position on the earth. So what does that mean that the grandson is? Now read about the branch and tell me that's not what it says he will do. Is rule all nations with a rod of iron, with a double-edged blade in his mouth, with a name written on his thigh that says King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Now why is the name written on his thigh? The name is written on his thigh because the thigh is not what you guys think of thigh as, like the part of your leg. The thigh to the Hebrew mind represents his seat of procreation, or his loins. So when it talks about a name written on his thigh, it means on his loins. King of Kings, Lord of Lords. He's the father of many nations. Do you guys understand it? The father is the King of Kings of procreation, of creating children. Abraham, I make you a father of many nations. Then he touched Jacob's thigh and blessed him and changed his name to Israel. And Israel bore the 12 tribes of Israel, who are God's elect chosen people. So he blessed his loins, he blessed his thigh. So that when Revelation, when it says he was riding on a white horse and he had a name written on his thigh. Now read about the branch. It'll say his name, it's all caps. The Lord our righteousness. The Lord of right thinking. Come on now. You can't make this up. It's just too airtight. Abba Yah has made it so. So now I be the grandson. I'm sitting here, I got tattoos on me. We're gonna keep it 100 A1 real. I got tattoos on me, nose ring, gauges in my ear, locks, tattoos on me, like I said, smoking weed. I make songs about making love, being with my woman. I openly talk about it. I show my body. So what does that mean? That means the world will probably say, if there was a grandson of God on the earth, he would probably be like this, wearing all white, holier than thou, speaking a certain way and walking a certain way and looking a certain way and doing certain things and miracles and all kinds of things. Did they not say that about my daddy? He said, what did you expect to see? I came in lowly on a coat. He said, what did y'all expect to see? He didn't come in the way y'all thought. So you think the grandson gonna come in the way you think? That's why you can't tell me if I'm good or I'm not good. Abba Yah says what I do is good or not you. Now, why did I say all that about the grandson? Because that's who I am. And now that I know that that's who I am, then no one else can tell me whether I'm good, bad, I did something right or wrong. I am predestinated. I can't lose. My nigga, I can't lose. Do y'all hear that? I mean, do y'all actually understand that? When you know you predestinated for victory? I won already? So then what? I'm not going to smoke the weed right now because it's bad if I do that. Why? Because you say it's bad? I used to be one of them niggas too. I ain't smoked weed for the first 30 years of my life. I used to look at other people. Look at those drug addicts. That was me. Look at those drug addicts over there smoking that weed. God, who needs that? You could just get high off life. And look at me now. Put all that false judgment away. Try all things. What does the scripture say? Prove all things for yourself and see. And I tried it for myself and I proved it to be what it was to me. Wait a minute. What Cat Williams say? Weed is like, fuck it. All that drama and shit be in your head. When you hit the weed, you be like, man, fuck all that drama. It just rises you above that shit. You see? Same thing when you enjoy a nice meal and it make you feel that satiated feeling after you feel full, you feel that itis. It's the same thing. Just like when you enjoy a nice glass of wine or have a busting nut and have an orgasm. It's the same thing. And everybody got their own, whether that's shooting up heroin in their veins, whether it's pornography addiction, whether it's pedophilia, whether it's their murderer or a thief. Everybody got some shit that they got to deal with. So when niggas be talking about me, the grandson this, the grandson that, I don't give a fuck about what you talking about. I don't care about none of that shit you saying. I am over here. That is self-established. Not outside of myself. That's self-established. Who I am. I know who I am in its fullness. So then I can't disappoint Abba Yah. I can't make him upset with me. Why? Because Israel I have loved. You are a peculiar treasure to me. Wait a minute. I'm a peculiar treasure to you. So now this woman over here saying I'm a nigger. I'm going to listen to her except for I'm a peculiar treasure to the Most High. I ain't going to listen to that now because of this human being here, or this bot, or this terror, or AI, or witch. Y'all niggas is silly as hell, man. If you care about what this world think about you, man. We all did it. We all did it. We all put our shit under a bushel. All of us did. There was no way I was going to be singing songs about making love and posting it for the world to listen to it and be talking to you about the Bible and scripture. I kept one or the other. I had to decide which one am I going to do. That's who I am. I'm the grandson. I write songs about making love. If you don't believe that the grandson writes songs about making love, watch how Abba Yah about to crack you in your fucking head. There's a book in the Holy Scriptures called the Song of Solomon. Solomon is the grandson. When you read the Song of Solomon, it's about making love. It's about, he's talking about how beautiful his woman is, his beloved one, how her breasts look, how her hips are, how her lips look, her teeth. She's talking about his hair, his mighty power, his authority among the men that he was around, and his eyes, his gaze, and how terrible it was to look at him straight in his eyes, and how beautiful he was, and how mighty his legs were, and his chest. And come on, guys, the songs of the grandson. Stop playing. So here I am doing it right before your eyes, proving I'm the grandson. I got music notes on my body and scriptures. Okay? Okay? Y'all see that? Huh. It's real. I know who I am. Okay? So the grandson Solomon wrote songs about making love. So I say I'm the grandson. Then I should be able to make songs about making love. Being in love with a bride. A man and a woman being consumed with one another and only one another. Because that's the way it was ordained to be. So I'm going to feel ashamed? No. And ain't none of y'all going to shame me for it neither. Because I know a lot of y'all going to feel uncomfortable. Okay? I know it. I know. That means you still in your feelings. That means you still sensitive. But you can't deny the truth. You can't deny the beauty of it. It's just that simple. But I know it's going to make some of y'all uncomfortable who are still immature. A lot of you women going to get uncomfortable. You're going to be like, wait, ooh, Lord, hold on, wait a minute. Got his body on there. He looking good. Damn, singing and shit. Woo, I know that. I don't run or hide from it. It's the truth. It's supposed to be that way because it's supposed to bring the bride back. I told you my mission is to redeem the bride. And the bride is the nation, my people. My women have been pulled away by a deceiver who's got her out here acting crazy as hell. Got her beef with her man. Well, how we gonna bring her back? We gonna sing love songs to her. We gonna tell her the truth now. So we gotta be the example of love from a man to her. So he gonna have to sing to her again. He gonna have to serenade her. He gonna have to be honest with her. He gonna have to be trustworthy. He gonna have to be honorable again and just and judge righteous judgment and lead with right thinking so he can restore her back to the house again. Instead of out there in the world, got beef with her man, taking her kids away from her man under the curses of Deuteronomy 28. We're here to bring her back home. You see? So we're supposed to inspire those feelings in our women. We're supposed to make our women look at our men and say, man, he's beautiful. He's shining. It's supposed to be like that. We're supposed to feel that way about each other. When we see our sisters do wonderful things and do beautiful things, we're supposed to say, man, look at that magic. Look at that beauty. We ain't supposed to put it under no bushel for nobody. It's a beautiful thing. They twisted it up and made it some other shit, and y'all accept that shit. Y'all accept men with men, women with women, people with children, grown people with children. Y'all accept all that shit in this world, but y'all find it strange when a man shows love toward a woman? Y'all niggas is crazy. Okay, so you ain't gonna tell me I'm crazy. We ain't gonna believe that over here, okay? We gonna stump that shit out at the door. We're not gonna let nothing that defile come into the kingdom of heaven, man. Nothing that offends is coming into these gates. And neither should anything offend come into your gates. And that's people's opinions of who you are. You are wonderfully, beautifully, masterfully made by the Most High. He loves you. He loves you more than all the other nations. He says the other nations are as a drop of a bucket to me. But Israel, whom I have loved, I will have mercy upon Jacob and still choose Israel, his grandson. Now, can this be denied? I told you, Abraham is the father. Let's prove it. Abraham was chosen. He had to sacrifice his only begotten son, Isaac. He had to be willing to prove that he was going to be one with the Father. Isaac is the son sacrificed. That's Yahusha, see, the son. So then who's the grandson? Who was the one that was chosen? Jacob. And the deceiver or the killer who came to try to steal was rejected, though he sought it with many tears. You see? So just like now, the Antichrist is going to be rejected by Abba Yah, and it's going to be given to he who it was supposed to be given to, who he was chosen from the beginning. But did not Esau rule first before Jacob took his throne? Okay then. So the same goes today. They've been ruling this place like this for a long time. And you guys like it? You love it? I doubt it. I doubt it. So Abba gonna give the scepter to who it belongs. So we don't give a fuck about what y'all think about that. Abba done already made his covenant with me. That's how you gotta be about this. He made his covenant with me. So what does your opinion mean? Silawam Yisrael.